Good morning. Guess who's back in LA? Me. Yes, we've been back for like a month and a half now, I believe. I've really been taking so much more time to just rest and kind of recalibrate and really let the whole experience that we had in Japan and Korea really sink in. And also, as soon as I got back, I hit the ground running, had a lot of work things going on. My social life has really been amping up now that it's summertime, and guys, the summertime energy, we've really been outside. I have been really into a lot of the outdoors things lately. Something about being in the mountains when I was over in Korea has really just clicked a switch in me, and I've been outside all the time hiking. I've been wanting to camp. I've been wanting to go fishing and just doing all of the outdoors things. So that is where a lot of my attention has been going to lately, and flowers, of course. But I have to say, Japan and Korea has really been such an unforgettable experience. There is really nothing like going back to your home country and just being around people who look like you, eating food that you've known your whole life, but 10 times better because you're in the homeland of where it all came from. We did a lot of eating out there. But nonetheless, I have been receiving so many requests from you guys about what my tips and tricks were while traveling out there, my recommendations. I even posted a whole list of each city that I was in Japan and Korea on my last vlog, I believe. But today, I specifically wanted to focus on a lot of the travel hacks that me and Lauren used while we were out there. So today, my friends, I've decided to kick off this episode by delivering your request and diving straight into it because you guys deserve it. So first and foremost, I'm gonna tell you guys about what kept me and Lauren from breaking a sweat while traveling and carrying 4 suitcases all throughout Japan during our travel. Luggage transfers, a game changer. When we were in Osaka, instead of lugging around our 4 big suitcases to Tokyo on a train, we decided to pop into a nearby convenience store called Family Mart, which is kind of like the 7-Elevens in Japan. They're literally everywhere. And most of them do have postal service. We popped into one that was next door from the B&B we were staying at. We filled out a little form, basically our first name, our phone number, and the address to the hotel that we were staying in Tokyo. And the person behind the counter put tags on all of our suitcases and shipped them off. And because of that, we were able to enjoy our stay in Osaka without needing to worry about carrying all of our heavy baggage around everywhere that we went. We use a luggage transfer service called Takubin, and they work closely with Yamato Transport. I'm not sure if they're the same company or they just are 2 companies that work closely together, but it really made traveling across Japan so much more easier. And I don't know why people don't talk enough about it. I'm not sure if people don't know about it or if they're gatekeeping it. Whatever the reason it may be, people need to know about this. And I'm telling you guys this valuable information because it will save you so much of your time and effort. So I highly suggest, if you are going to be in Japan traveling from city to city, to use luggage transfer services. Tip number 2, which is the most important tip: staying connected while traveling. If you've ever been hit with those ridiculous roaming charges, or you struggle to find decent Wi-Fi connection while you're traveling overseas, you literally understand my pain. So back when Lauren was living in Amsterdam, I was going back and forth from Europe for quite some time. I think I spent every other 2 to 3 months in Europe, and you know what suffered because of those trips? My phone bill. We're talking about like an extra $300 every month because of overseas data charges. And I remember Lauren first introducing me to eSIM. I did my research and I looked for the best one out there, and that's how I found Airlo, which I am really excited to talk about today because they are sponsoring this video. I'm really glad that I can promote a brand that I actually have been using for quite some time now. To put it simply, it lets you download a digital data pack directly to your phone. Not only did I use Airlo during my Europe trip, but I also used Airlo again during my trip to Korea and Japan as well. And I was kind of worried because I didn't know if there were different ways to stay connected in Asia compared to Europe. But luckily, Airlo covers about 200 countries and regions, so it really didn't matter where it was. And I no longer have to worry about those insane roaming fees anymore. God bless. And the best part about it is the app is super straightforward. You just download it, pick your destination, install the eSIM, and activate it when you get there. Yeah, it's that easy. So if you're planning any future trips, I highly recommend using Airlo. And you can also use my code MANG3, which I'll place right here and also in my description, to get $3 off your first eSIM. It honestly really means a lot to me to be able to share brands with you guys that I actually use, because I really want to make my recommendations in all of my vlogs and videos as genuine as possible. I want to make sure that you guys can actually trust me with the things that I do promote on here. So if you want to give it a try and you plan on traveling, definitely go and install the app. And you can use my code and save $3 on your first eSIM. Quick side note before we move on to our last and final tip. My parents are here visiting LA and we are taking a road trip up to the Sequoias. If you've ever fallen into the nature side of TikTok or Pinterest and you've seen those really huge redwood trees, those are the Sequoias, and that's where we're heading to today. It's about a 3-hour drive, so it's gonna be a cute road trip. And we're packing our stuff right now and getting ready. My parents are currently outside checking on the car, so I am all over the place, going from the couch to the table to the bed, just packing and doing the things that I need to do. And Sesame's with us today. But anyways, the last and final tip: planning. So luckily I watched a handful of YouTube vlogs of people in Japan and Korea, and a lot of them recommended pre-planning before getting there. And that is exactly what I did. Me and Lauren created an extensive itinerary for each city that we were in so that we could maximize the things that we want to do during the short time that we spent there. We made sure we didn't pack a bunch of clothes because we knew that we love shopping when we're traveling. So we made sure we packed about 2 to 3 outfits each. And once we landed in our first city in Kyoto, we went shopping. And even then, by the time we landed in Korea, we had to buy an extra suitcase because our stuff was just overflowing. We ended up with 4 suitcases, guys. So my biggest recommendation is definitely to pre-plan. Anything that you want to do or any stores that you know that you want to go to, I highly suggest putting it in your Google Maps, your Notion, whatever platform you use to organize your things. You can definitely pick a day out of all of your travels where you can just do whatever you want to do and see where the day takes you. But as a Virgo, I highly recommend planning most of your days out. That is really Virgo of me, huh? But it doesn't hurt. And those are the 3 major tips that I am highly recommending to you guys. This will really make your trip so much more easier, more efficient, and a lot smoother. So take it from me to you guys. In the meantime, I am now going to start picking out my outfits and packing the rest of my clothes and the things I need for this Sequoia trip. So let's get the day started. So I feel like I'm having a bit of a hard time figuring out what to wear. I know that in the Sequoias it gets significantly colder just because it's further up north. So I think I'm gonna bring more of like a light jacket, some cargos, and maybe a few tank tops just in case it does get a little hot. I don't know about anybody else, but I particularly sweat very easily. So I feel like I always need to have layers on so I know when to put a layer on and I know when to take a layer off. I swear getting dressed in front of the camera is always such a hassle. So I'm really trying not to flash you guys. But I think I'm gonna wear these weekday cargos that I got in London about a year ago. They're super comfy and versatile, and I feel like I can wear them for whatever occasion. And this weekend I will be wearing them for a hike. I think I'm gonna wear this jacket on top. This is from Sansan Gear. It is a Korean brand. I didn't get to visit their store during my trip there, but luckily my aunt sent me this one as a gift, so thank you so much to her. I specifically really love this jacket because it has a backpack in the back, and I just love all the detailing. And it's super lightweight, so I feel like it would be perfect for the hike. She's really cute. And either wear these morels or my other morels. I'm not sure which one yet, but we're gonna wrap up packing and we are going to head out. So I'm currently on the way to grab the car that my parents parked down the block. I am the designated driver to the Sequoias today, so let's see how that goes. And we are all set to go. Let me adjust my mirror. Boom, safe driving.
I walked downtown with the radio on. It was your favorite song.
This is my favorite
song. I thought of you and how we used to be, and boy, it made me scream. Made me scream. It's getting lonely. By my side, it's getting lonely. I'm gonna miss you till I die. I walked around all the pretty sights.
Oh my god, it is really hot out here right now. We are taking a quick rest stop. I started kind of feeling sleepy while on the road, but I know myself and I know that I cannot drive more than like an hour and a half consistently on a straight road or I'll get sleepy. So I think I'm gonna grab some matcha. We like pulled over to a rest stop right now. I might have Lauren and my dad just kind of take over the wheel. But we are, I believe, about halfway there. So excited.
It's getting lonely. I'm gonna miss you till I die. It's getting lonely. It's getting lonely. You know I'll miss you by my side.
Look at this tree. Do you see this tree?
It's getting lonely. I'm gonna miss you till I die.
We are finally on the Congress Trail and there are a bunch of sequoias. These trees are humongous and there's so many of them. It's a bit busy, kind of glad that we got out the way. So definitely come here on a day that's not busy.
Isn't it strange how often we've been thinking? Isn't it strange how often we forget we're moving on from all of the living that we've done. Nothing wrong with a bit more time with our love. I'm not quite finished expressing our love from far beyond where we used to roam.
Okay guys, we just finished the hike for the Congress Trail. It was about 2 miles long. It's not that bad. We saw a bear and 2 cubs. We saw a deer and her baby on the way. It was super cute. And the trees are really huge. The air is definitely thinner up here and I can feel it and I can definitely tell. It's really, really beautiful though. And I love how the sun is hitting the grass and the trees right now. It's so gorgeous. I feel like as I get older, I kind of want to just buy a cabin or build a cabin in the woods or in the forest and just come here like every weekend. We are about to make our way back to the town center and check into our Airbnb. I'm really excited to show you guys where we're staying.
Stuck at home. She's planting flowers in my mind, so I know
is currently prepping the barbecue grill right now, and I let Lauren take the first shower, so I'm just kind of sitting back and enjoying everything that I'm seeing right now. I'm like so overwhelmed by all of like the animals I've seen today. The views alone are so breathtaking and just mesmerizing, and something I love about the outdoors is that it is such a humbling experience, and it really just brings you back to self, and it also just makes you feel so small, and not in a negative way, but more so like an inspiring and terrifying, and I'm looking at all of this in awe kind of way, if that makes sense. If you guys have been following me on Instagram or social media, you would know that I've been having a crazy outdoors kick as of lately, and I've just been on all these crazy hikes and trying to do as many trips outside of my home and just outside of the city center in general of LA, and I've really been loving it. I'm really getting into it. I've been gearing up. I've been just taking on small hikes and big hikes and really training my body into doing longer distances so that I can eventually get into backpacking, which I haven't done yet, and I really want to do it. I think my parents are also really enjoying their trip too here. It feels so good to take my parents on a trip where they can enjoy themselves and they don't always have to plan out the itinerary. Me and Lauren planned out all of the itinerary, and I just wanted my parents to have a good time. You know, the older I get, the more I realize that my parents are just two human beings living life for their first time too, and they deserve to also have fun. They deserve to also not have to think about if everybody else is having a good time, and I really wanted this trip to be about that for them, especially because I know how badly my dad's been wanting to go to the Sequoia. And honestly, hiking with my dad has really been a great time for me right now, and also my inner child too. It's very healing for my inner child, and I feel like when I was younger, we didn't get a lot of opportunities to do road trips like this just because, you know, financially, and also my parents work 9-to-5 jobs. They couldn't really take off like that, so we never really were able to enjoy ourselves in this kind of way and go on these types of trips. I used to always be that type of girl who would always say, oh no, I'm not going outdoors. I can't be in a tent. I can't be in a cabin. Like, I want to go shopping instead. Or I want to go out to party. Yeah, I want to go get drunk with my friends. And really be more into the things that were accessible to me in that moment. But looking back now, I feel like I've hardened my heart towards the things that I wasn't able to have access to. And it just felt better for me to be bitter towards these things and act like I didn't like them than to sit there and understand that I wasn't able to have these types of experiences. And a big part of that realization was very heartbreaking for me, but I think I've really come to terms with it. I've journaled it out. I've done some deep thinking about those things, and a lot of my focus lately has been on living experiences that my inner child has always wanted to do. I really feel like this trip and hiking with my parents, and also having Lauren with us too, being in the Sequoias and doing all these outdoors things, it's been so liberating to just allow my inner child to run free and do whatever she wants to do. And I'm just really grateful, and I hope that everybody else gets to have a chance like this in their life, multiple chances like this, really, because we all deserve it, you know? Anyways, I am about to help my dad cook some steak, but first I'm gonna shower because I'm really sweaty and I'm just sitting around like I don't stink. So I'm gonna get in that shower and I'm gonna meet you guys back out here. just woke up. I hear my parents outside rustling around in the kitchen. It's about 8 in the morning. We have to get ready and pack up and head out to our hike of the day, which is Tokopah Falls. Really excited. It's a pretty popular trail. It's about 630 feet of elevation gain, 3.8 miles. So it's a fairly easy hike. Pretty excited about that, but I'm just so tired and slept like a baby. We both did, but we need to get ready and head out as soon as possible. So let's get the day started. I really need some coffee. Oh, so tired. Used to get scared of these lash curlers because I pinched myself one time with my mom's and I never used one again. But recently I found a non-pinch lash curler and this has been doing me so much justice. I use the Colossal waterproof mascara. I remember I used to be obsessed with the yellow tube in high school. I have no knowledge of mascara, so when I went back to my natural lashes, I was so lost on which one to buy. And I ended up grabbing this one because I'm like, I'm just gonna stick to what I know and stick to what has worked for me in the past when I had my natural lashes. I'm also currently still going out my lashes on the inside right over here. The final step. Heated lash curler. This is what makes the crazy difference for me personally because I'm Asian, so my lashes kind of grow straight and downwards. So no matter how much I curl my lashes, there might be a little bit of a lift, but it tends to kind of fall back down over time. Then I'm going to put on my Edam in Bishop Glaze, which is my favorite shade. This is my favorite lip balm, guys. And look at the tip of it. It's so pretty. And it's like this really pretty dark pink color. And she is ready. And we are ready to go. We are now wrapping up our stay in the Three Oaks Airbnb. I really loved it here. Slept like a baby last night. It was so comfortable and the shower was warm. And at nighttime, hearing the crickets and the birds, it made me feel super nostalgic. Like I always go through these nature TikToks, as that's a section I'm in on there. And when I hear the morning doves and the bird sounds and the views, it just makes me miss the suburbs a lot. I grew up kind of like in the metropolitan / suburby area. I remember when I used to go on these church retreats with like this church I used to go to when I was younger. I would always stay up just to hear the crickets, and in the morning I'll wake up super early and hear the birds outside. And I feel super nostalgic whenever I hear those same sounds. So this day really brought me back to that same place that I had in my head, and it was exactly as how I imagined it would be. But we are officially wrapping up our stay. I'm kind of sad. I wish I could be here for a little while longer because the place is so nice, and the owners were so sweet and were really on top of things whenever I had any questions. We are about to wrap up and head over to grab some food, and then we're gonna make our way over to Tokopah Falls Trails, which is about an hour in. I'm probably gonna drive, and after we wrap that up, we're gonna make our way back to LA, which is another 3-hour drive. So let's get the show on the road. Okay guys, we have arrived at the trailhead. Super excited for this trail. It's not too hot, which I'm really happy about. Good to go.
Time moves slow when the clock's overweight.
We have started the trail. It's a little bit noisy because we're walking along the river, but it's very beautiful.
That's that life.
It's so beautiful here.
Stomp, stomp, stomping down the trail like a solo marching band with a big fat smile. Marching to the beat of my own snare drum. Got a couple great licks that I worry about them. Head in the clouds and I'm singing out loud. Not a word to be found. Busy living in the now. Busy living in the now.
So my dad and Lauren had to end up going back because my dad wasn't feeling so good. I needed to use the restroom. And Lauren just went with him. So it's just me and my mom now. And we are gonna finish the rest of this trail and head back. Whew, guys, I am tired. My mom is really a trooper. Wow. Hey guys, we made it to the fall and my camera battery died, so I didn't get any shots up there. And then a half mile back down, I found a camera battery in my bag, a spare one. And now I'm just kind of upset because I wish I had found that sooner, but it is what it is. Things happen for a reason, whatever reason that may be. But regardless, we are heading back down. We completed the trail and yeah. Pretty excited about that. Feeling pretty accomplished regardless of whether I got it on camera or not.